Okay, today we're going to do an experiment to create some abstract art. Now here's one of my finished ones. I can probably start seeing images in it if I turn it around from side to side. Um, it kind of just depends on how yours turns out. This is kind of how I had mine to begin with. What you're going to do is you're going to take a black marker, and for 15 seconds you're going to slowly close your eyes and start drawing like little loops and swirls, figure eights. You don't want to scribble all over the paper or else you'll just have a big mess, but you just want to slowly do some loops and swoops and swirls for 15 seconds with your eyes closed and then see what you come up with. So I'm going to get my paper and I'm going to go ahead and start that. So for about 15 seconds I'm going to do some loops and swoops and swirls around on my paper. I might get off my paper, that's okay. Just do the best you can. So this is what I came up with. So what I'm going to use is different shapes and different colors and kind of add to my picture to make it a lot more interesting and make my abstract art. We're going to be using 3 types of materials: markers, colored pencils, and also crayons. When you're done, make sure they go right back in the correct bucket. Don't mix them up. If you happen to drop them on the floor, please pick them up and put them in the bucket. Try to limit your marker use. The more marker you have on your paper, the more it's going to overshadow your paper. Notice how I used the marker here to make like a dark shadow on the bottom. I pressed darker on the crayon and then a little bit lighter, so it kind of gave it a gradient look where it kind of faded in and out. I also did the same thing over here with the red, where I used the marker, dark crayon, where I pushed hard, and then lightly with the crayon to make it a little bit lighter in that area. So you're going to be using these 3 materials. Kind of just figure out what kind of lines and shapes and different colors that you'd like on there. They can be organic shapes, which means it's not really necessarily a shape. It just kind of flows along. You can't really call it a circle or a square or a triangle. It's just kind of a shape of its own. So I'm just going to do some organic shapes. I kind of did an outline in marker, and then I'm going to color in crayon. Kind of fade it out there just a little bit. And notice how it kind of, you can see the gradient from the paper where it's a little bit darker with the crayon. It goes a little bit lighter. You could also use like a blue marker and kind of start like a big dark shadow area with your like a dark blue or any color that you choose. Then I can get like a blue crayon and I can push hard with my crayon, and it's going to be still dark but lighter than the marker. And then I can do like a third layer where I kind of just go even lighter with my crayon, so it kind of looks like it fades down into nothing. So it goes a little bit darker to a little bit lighter and kind of adds some interest to my picture. You can do the same thing with different colors. So over here I might take like an orange, and then maybe I'll use like an orange crayon after that and kind of push dark. But then I might want to switch to like a red crayon, and I can do like a dark, push hard with my crayon, or I can push lightly with my crayon and make it fade in a little bit more. Kind of just depends how you like your art to be. You can also use, what I like to use the colored pencils for, are making different lines or tiny shapes like my little dots here. Maybe even kind of just drawing in like a little organic shape and filling that in with just colored pencil. With a colored pencil you can also push hard again and then light again, and it'll give you 2 different colors. But notice how I added in some stripes in that one with my colored pencil. When you're done, you should have something similar to mine, but it's obviously not going to look exactly like mine. Don't forget to make sure your name's on the back of it, and then I will pick it up at the end of class today.